Today's video is gonna be about Apple. And if you have taken a look at my previous contents, you might have realized that I emphasize on the fact that the biggest and giant companies in the world and the giant brands, they actually pay a close attention to the details. And this is one of the greatest examples of Apple and how they pay really close attention to their devices and to their craft basically. So for example, as you can see in this picture, Apple takes a really close attention to the edge, like to the corners of their devices. And it applies to like all of the ecosystem across Apple itself. For example, as you can see in this picture, the edge and in the corner, they pay a really close attention to making sure it's curved enough, and they make it in a spherical shape. And I'm gonna explain in more details for you like how they are doing that and what's the benefit of actually making it in a spherical shape. So what is a spherical shape? So a spherical shape, as you can recognize from the name itself, is something between circle and a square shape. And the squircles have a more squished shape, and the rounding does not suddenly begin, and instead the curve starts deep within the straight line and gradually grows into a visible curve. And if you pay a really close attention to this picture, the squircle shape is in the middle and the other shapes are having a slight difference between each other. Like there's a small and very minimal basically difference between these three objects. And one of the main benefits that they are trying to make it spherical is that they don't want to have sharp edges and sharp corners within their products and devices, and it makes their products more fancy, and that's how they try to make their product as attractive as possible. And here, if you pay a really close attention, you can literally understand, the red line, as you can see, is a spherical shape, and the other one, which is in blue, is a plain rounded rectangle. And the red shape, which is in the spherical shape, begins to round deeper in the straight line than the plain rounded rectangle in this picture and in this example basically. And Apple is using the same strategy across all the ecosystem. For example, the buttons of the laptops or the edges of the laptops itself is also in a spherical shape. And not only in their physical products or their devices, but also they are applying the same strategy, like a spherical object, in their user interface as well. And as you can see, this picture is showing the exact same spherical picture as you already saw in their physical products as well. So the main benefits of this is that they make their products more attractive. It feels more friendlier and more accessible and more delightful at the end of the day. And this is how Apple is making billions and billions of dollars, and with a lot of sweating in terms of paying a really close attention to every single detail, they have been able to become the top company in their own industry. So thank you so much for listening and have a wonderful day.